Okay. Um, do you, when were your kids born and what was that like when you first had my mom? And I think we talked about that a little bit in another video, but um, wasn't Grandpa in the war, or I
Yeah,
mean in the army anyways, when Grandma or
yeah.
my mom was born?
We got married in August of 42, and he had to go in the service right away. In
Was he drafted, you mean?
December, yeah. We were going to get married in April, and he had to have an emergency operation for his appendix.
Oh,
And so we didn't have hardly any money to get married on those days. You didn't. You got married, then you worried about money.
uh-huh,
We had an old trailer that was his cousin's that we were going to buy for $100,
uh-huh,
and we lived in that until he went in service the 1st of December
uh-huh.
of 42. And Joyce was born in 43 in March, and he was in Texas. I don't remember what place in Texas. I think it might have been Amarillo. And he came home on furlough. And then when Joyce was several months old, I went out to Oregon. She was born in March, and I went out into Oregon in September and left her with Merle.
Uh-huh.
And
You went out to Oregon because that's where he was
he was
then.
stationed. He's stationed in Walla Walla, Washington first, yeah. And I was out there for a couple months, and I came back and got Joyce. He was sent down to Medford, Oregon, and went there. And then Daryl was born the next year in 44 in September, and he was over in England then at Bournemouth, England. He got shipped over there when I came back from Oregon.
What did he do? Was he a cook or a medic or I
He
can't
was
remember.
medic. Yeah,
Medic.
yeah. He got up to be sergeant, and he didn't salute a lieutenant downtown one day, so he got busted. He'd been out with some guys probably drinking, and
Uh-huh.
these lieutenants downtown, their rank kind of went to their head,
Uh-huh.
I think.
Right.
And he got busted, so our income got knocked down too.
Uh-huh.
But we lived over on Wheeler Road. We rented a house from my Uncle Rex,
Uh-huh.
real cheap, and lived there. It's just a 3-room house.
Well, at least if he was a medic, you probably didn't worry quite so much about him getting killed.
Yeah,
in
I
World
was
War II.
relieved. That's why I went to Washington. I didn't know where he's going to go.
You wanted to see him before he left.
Yeah. I didn't know if he'd ever be coming back,
Right.
with that war going on.
Right.
And that's why I left Joyce and went. The people that he rented the apartment for wouldn't let him have children in there.
I see.
So I couldn't take her. But I went out on the train both times to be with him for a couple months.
He wasn't ever on the front line as a medic, was he?
No,
Wasn't he always
no.
in a hospital or a...
Yeah, he was in General Hospital.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He never really talked about what he saw, though, did he?
Oh, he tended to a lot of wounded, and he felt guilty that, they were on the front line, and he had it fairly safe.
Uh-huh.
But I was thankful he was safe. His brothers, Claire and Grant, were both where the action was more in Europe, But when they were docking in New York when they heard that Japan had surrendered.
Oh.
And they really celebrated. He was a little late getting home because he celebrated too much.
Uh-huh. Well, at least he made it home safe.
Yeah.
And everyone else in our family did too.
Yeah.
Then Aunt Bobby was born after that?
Yeah. She was born next May.
I see.
After he got home. Well, he came home in August the 14th is when the war ended of 45. So he got home just before Daryl's first birthday.
Oh, okay.
And Then Bobby was born the next May, and before she was born, we moved from Wheeler Road out to the farm and spent part of the winter with these folks.
Uh-huh.
And then we bought the house down here at the corner,
Okay.
and our kids grew up
What was the
there.
name of that street?
Herbert
Street.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then you
Yeah.
moved here
Uh-huh.
after that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.